Yes, it's a close second, man, but we live with the people, man. Shouts out to the YouTube people first and foremost. Real quick, Mr. 1950, I'm gonna plug in the link on the gram if you want to go ahead and let the people know a little about yourself and whatnot. Go ahead, my brother.
So I'm Mr. 1950. I am the last traditional man on the planet. If you want to live a traditional life, my website's right there, Mr.1950.com. This is where I help men achieve the life that they want to live and stay in that lane of living. Because it's one thing to be told something, you change a little, but you can't sustain that unless you know how. So my job is to make sure that we get you going, make sure you nice, make sure you understand this game, and get you into a position in life to make you very happy. So Mr.1950.com, and we can definitely get at each other.
And real quick, Mr. 1950, I just want to say, just speaking for myself, I want to thank you for coming through, bro. I know it's been some technical difficulties, not technical difficulties on the back end. But bro, you here now, man, and I know that. I like to think, I like to include this and make this a thing through the episodes, because I know if you wasn't doing this, sitting in front of me, you'd be doing else what. You know what I mean? So I take the time, my brother.
It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, another thing though, man. I had picked. Hey, man, it's been a long week, Mr. 1950. I had me a little what was it? A little Modelo. I'm about to pop, bro. Just give me a second. Let me get up in here, man. Hold
it's all good.
Hold up, big smoke up. Shit, man. How you doing, Mr. 1950? How's life, man? Talk to me, man.
I mean, life is always good in my area. I control my life, so it's always good for me.
Real quick. Let me give a big shout out to my boy Bernie L, man. Hey, man, I've been seeing him a lot through the community chats and stuff. He subscribed to the page yesterday or today. Shout out to Bernie, man. That guy right there, man. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, man, Mr. 1950, it's always good to go ahead and tap in, ask the simple questions. You know what I mean? What's going on? How you doing? How's life and shit? Because I like to think that it's lacking, bro, and it's a 2-3 word sentiment that don't need more than a 2-3 word answer anyway. But I like to think that it's a sentiment that counts these days. But yeah, man, let's get into it though, man. So one thing I want to start with real quickly. Shout out to the peoples, man. Hopefully y'all getting y'all beers in, y'all in, whatever y'all get in. But real quick, man. So right before we came on, I had told you that I had linked up with Miles, Mr. Miles Cunningham, and one thing that I want to kind of ask you, that I found real profound about just that conversation was, I had asked him, I don't know if you know or do or don't know, but Miles has said before that he wasn't born here. He come from immigrant and stuff. So what I went ahead and asked him was, he's from Jamaica. So specifically with the Jamaica thing, I had asked him, why is it that like somebody that's from the motherland of Jamaica, comparing to somebody that's in the States that's from Jamaica, maybe they got their whole family out there, but they're here. Why is it that both of those demographics always seem to butt heads? Now, hear me out, right? In this case, you have the native Jamaican that's from the land, knows the language, and literally lives in Jamaica, and then you have the person that migrates, right? So you would think that there would be a certain camaraderie in being two of the same people, kind of in the same melting pot, maybe doing different things, but when it comes down to the paperwork, this shit, y'all group together, quote unquote. So, in your opinion, what is it that you say brings that divide? Even maybe not specifically with a Jamaican from Jamaica and to the States, but just ethnic barriers between people that are quote unquote of the same race or whatever the case may be.
So you're asking me like what divides us as black people? Because they may be from Jamaica, but they ain't nothing but black people, man.
Well, yeah, there you go. So there you go.
Yeah, so, man, just
being assimilated here.
Yeah. Because they just drop slaves off there, and You know what I mean? They dropped them off here. We here, they there, you know. But what I will tell you, the biggest thing in a lot of time is frustration from lack of education. A lot of times that, you know, people get real envy when they can't see success. And then when they see you with success or see somebody capable of getting success, they get real envious. So, you know, it's a lot of friction that happens. And that happens all out throughout our community. You know, misinformed education, all of that, man. So, you know, all that above, man. What's up? Shout out to my boy Bernie out there, man. It's one of my moderators, man.
That's what
he's in here, man.
I shouted him out too, man. Shouts out to Bernie.
Yeah.
Mac, you know what I mean? Bernie, no Mac, baby.
Yeah.
Bernie. But go ahead.
So pretty much that's what it is, man. Just the lack of education, envy, that turns into envy from misinformation.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Go ahead. You good? No, you good.
So what I want to kind of because I'm feeling what you're saying, and I'm very much in agreement with how you started, but let me play devil's advocate with you in this sense. So what I'm kind of getting at is how you'll have, and I do agree that it's a big misinformation, not being able to sit on a table and even want to have conversations. All of that ties in, but what I specifically want to poke at a little bit is like how you get into like the ethnic terms, like you know, somebody fresh off the boat will be like, oh, nah, he's a Yankee because he been here, or no, he's a Yardie because he's from over there across the ocean. So my what I kind of want to tackle specifically is, in your opinion, what brings that divide between, like, let's say me and you are two. I know you know you're of the Muslim faith, right? Let's say me and you are two Muslim brothers, which I actually don't see among, you know, the Muslim community from from the outside looking in. But let's say me and you are both same kind of I don't know what to call it, man. We're both Muslim, right? In the end of the day, I might look at you weird because you've been here. I'm fresh off the boat. What, in your opinion, would drive me? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say what would drive, you know, me to look at you differently. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think I mean, like I said, man, you know, class is envy, man. I'm telling you, when you view people, you view people in a set of class, right? So when you say there's white people, and then what do you say? There's white trash, right? Then there's hillbillies. Right. Then there's hillbillies, right? You know, you don't think of hillbilly, you think of, it ain't no brothers hillbillies, right? So we all know what those are. So it's class of people, just like there's black people, then there's N-words, right?
Yes, sir.
So we all consider ourselves a little N-word every now and then because we come from an area that's where we use this language. But at the end of the day, that's a different class. N-words and black people are two different things. Yeah, very much so. And so the thing is this a class? Just like when you talk to Latinos and how Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, Dominicans, what I'm saying, just in general, they don't get along and they don't want to be called, you know, certain things. They get upset. But at the end of the day, they're all brothers, and they're all kin to each other in ways. But they, you know, that's another stretch of supremacy, white supremacy, where it's reached so far into the nation, into the world, that it teaches people, you know, to classify you not on your character, but on your class of what you have in your pocket, or where you come from, or your color of your skin. You know what I mean?
So on the merit base.
You say what now?
Also, like, you say merit has something to do with it?
Yeah, I think a little bit, man. You know, I think all that has something to do with it. You gotta understand, like, people hate is taught. It's not. I mean, it's like kids can play with each other at an age, they can grow up together, and they won't have any problems unless they're taught not to like each other. They got to be taught differences. They got to be taught differences on, you know, what's right or wrong, or that person's this. You know, watch out for that, and you know that is taught. So it's not natural to be envious or hate somebody else. That's all taught and put upon us. But a lot of that has to do with finances. Money, I think, is the biggest drive of people because it separates class of people. You know what I mean?
Right. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I'm gonna double down and say that to me, like, what I'm gonna give you a little bit of what Miles has said. And I found it to be real profound, man. So what he had told me was something along the lines of, people that come from, like, let's say the native countries into the States, you're looking at a different set of things to worry about. So just like you might have been in wherever your native land is, you might have been over there struggling to take a clean shower, more than twice a week, or you might have been struggling to make sure you ration out the food, right? Because in these countries, they have families, big families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you come here, those aren't your worries. So a person that's coming from a place that was worrying about their next meal, they're looking at the average person that's already here, like, man, y'all motherfuckers is coddled. You know what I mean?
But that's a form of envy, right? That's a form of envy, and that's a form of class. So they view you as being
that's
too good. You know what I mean? They envy you because they want to be in that position. Whether I mean they get over here and they say, man, they've been over here living this life and I had such this hard life. So I don't really like them because we can't relate. Because the only people that can relate to me has been people in my environment. So if you can only relate with people in your environment, then how could you learn how to be successful in different ways? You just learn, you keep learning. How you gonna learn something from a broke man, right?
Right. And that's why I really like your answer, because it almost like it's very synonymous, because like I said, the common denominator is, what are we looking at? Are we looking at the gentleman from overseas? Are we looking at the gentleman that's been here all his life, maybe got a few degrees or something? And regardless, like, where I think just to once again play devil's advocate, where I think the bridge could be gapped is, we all out here motherfucking struggling. I don't know what your struggle is, but I know what mine is. But in the end of the day, we could relate on that sense. We could go down and sing Kumbaya and still agree to go our separate ways right after. You know what I mean? And I just, I've been thinking about that heavy, especially lately, bro, because when I brought the question up to Miles, I had started it with, it was a Nas lyric. Where he had said something along the lines of, man, shouts out to Nas, by the way, man. I mean, bro, man, shouts out to Nas. But go ahead. He had said something along the lines of, how this dude rich, he snuck here with no citizenship. So when I heard that, I was like, whoa, hold up. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Like, you even think about what the quote unquote American dream is, and then you think of that bar and you're like, whoa. You mean you could do that? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything's achievable with hard work. Everything's achievable. Now you may have some obstacles,
no doubt about
it. Hard work will give you the knowledge to overcome those obstacles. You can do what you want to do. It's just that you got to put yourself in position to do it.
And that's really to me, bro. That's how I look at it. Honestly, like it's almost like a perfect equation that you have variables, but you might have had to do some PEMDAS. You might have had to subtract here, subtract there, but your X equals what it is in the end of the day, and there's no deviating from that formula, man.
I agree.
Once again, brother, man, that was real dope, bro. I appreciate that, man.
No, I appreciate that, yeah.
Man. So now that you spoke a little bit about kind of thinking about responsibility and thinking about obstacles and stuff, let's talk a little bit about fatherhood, man. So real quickly, brother, I don't, hey man, I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up, with pops in the crib and all that, and in my life. So I attribute a lot of just how I've become, how I've, formulated my thoughts and shit, my mental, all of that, to look, conversations like these, bro, listening to what the OGs are saying, because the OGs always talk. It's just up to you to either decipher what's being said and decipher whether, even if it's a malicious message, whether you gonna chew the meat and spit the fat, or you just gonna feel like shit and just walk around like shit and then get touched at some point. You know what I So with that being said, I've had a couple cats through Hustle and Smoke already. If I make sure I ask them, like, man, how's fatherhood, man? Because I ain't a father yet, but I always take every jewel I can get. So if you could kind of give a little bit, maybe a struggle that could have been from transitioning from where you were in life before you became pops to how you manifested during, and then little bits and pieces, and then little bits and pieces of how it is now. I know you got a grown man.
Yeah. So I was fortunate. I had my pops, man. So I was fortunate to have my pops and my grandfather. So it was a line of men in the family, and they just lived by a huge amount of integrity, and morals and values. But there was also some, there were some street guys. You know what I mean? They,
no doubt.
But they wanted better for me. You know what I mean? I had some siblings, brothers and sisters, so I got those. But what I will say is, I think because I'm a father now, so what I would say the biggest struggle as a father, I think, is the not knowing, right? So you're raising these boys, and you're raising them based on the experience you have. When you raise kids in general, you're raising them on the experience you have. You're raising them on your image of how you view everybody else around you, making sure that they don't make these mistakes. Your best parenting is transferable information to prevent future mistakes, and that is what parenting is about. You're also in downloading into their hard drive your morals and values, and they can take them or leave them, but they're going to find a foundation from what you're making them. So I think the biggest struggle is to watch your kids fail when you know they're going to fail. There's times that you got to allow them to fail on their own, and they learn from that. And then you have to be a parent and teach them about failing and how to overcome that. I think parenting is easy if you want to be a parent. If you don't want to be a parent, then I'm telling you right now, it's going to be extremely hard for you, because it takes dedication for kids in general. It's
I mean, man, real quick,
major.
1950, you think about what you're up against, just the society at large, fucking the weather, the climates. I mean, I know you over there.
Let's talk about you talking about some light stuff. I'm talking about from the government to these different movements that's trying to take over the country, to the demasculation of men, to women wanting to be the patriarchy. There's so many different things that that's going on right now that wasn't going on when I was a kid. But like I said, man, hey, I'm a straight silverback, so I try to teach them the same thing: overcoming obstacles, being a warrior, and being tough with your convictions, man.
And real quick, Mr. 1950, I want to give you your flowers about something. And I like to think that, like I've told you a couple of times, I've been watching a lot of, kind of your circle, the different guys that you got. And one thing that I remember that you said, man, and it was definitely on one of them Sundays, man. That's one of them Sundays, big dog.
Yeah.
But it was a caller, he was saying something along the lines of I forgot what the fuck he was saying, but you had said, my son 18, he don't got no problems. I'm like, man, like, that really stuck with me, bro, because it's like, one, I don't hear dudes talking like that too much.
Yeah.
Two, that I don't think it had much to, like, you brought that out, you know what I mean? And that's like, it was like, to me, I saw that as like, yo, like, yeah, fuck out of here. Like, my son's out here.
Yeah, he's out here. And he's out here, and he's moving. Like
Yo, hey, shouts
he's
out to
going.
1950, man.
Yeah. He know who I am. He watches the show every now, but he's heard me all his life. So he's in position. He's in position to be a better man than me, and that's what I want him to be. You know what I mean? So I gave him everything I got, then some. And then now with his experience, and then what I had, because I didn't have that when I was young. I had game, but it was reckless game because I was taught
It
by.
wasn't structured, you would say, huh?
Yeah. I had like, from my pops and then my uncles, and it was straight pimps. And then they had, my grandfather, all of them was just hardcore. And it was just like they had no finesse to it.
Right.
So it's not even about like the game. There's nothing a part of the game. Shout out to my boy Steve Dean, but there's nothing a part of the game that's about the woman. So when I say the game, people associate it with women, but really what I'm saying to you is that I was just reckless. I mean, I understood and had the knowledge of how to handle things and do things, but I was just reckless from my upbringing because I was just a violent kid. I didn't, and then I had to hone it in. My son is not like that, man. So my son is very high IQ. He's strong. He's fearless. He's sharp, man. So the thing is that, now he just got to apply himself. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, man. Like, and like I said, bro, shouts out to that, bro. I'm personally,
appreciate that
yet, but bro, I'm looking forward to that journey, man. Because
kids is a beautiful thing, man. Change your life.
It's a lot. It's so much to give, man. But you got to know that you have so much to give. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Like, you like I said, I personally didn't have that luxury. And a lot of points in my life, bro, I had to sit down with myself, like, hold up, like, taking from what this experience compared to what maybe moms would have told me, this shit ain't lining up.
Then moms is different.
Then you go ahead and draw, and then not you, but then I would draw myself back, like, all right, next time I got to move differently because I know I'm here, but I should be here at some point, so we got to take steps to get there. So with that being said, let me ask you this. So, in your opinion, is one that, because, and I say in your opinion, because I definitely have mine no matter what, you know what I mean? I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to ask you, so do you think one that didn't necessarily grow up with the luxury of having their mom, they pops in their life, is doomed or I guess doomed, for lack of a better term, to the pitfalls of what life could be? Or do you think that there's definitely a way no matter what? Because like I said, I know in my personal situation, bro, I already told you, I just listened. I soaked everything up, and I knew that if I saw that motherfucker over here bumped his head, I might have took that other corner because maybe my head would have been good over there.
Yeah.
And it was literally a constant battle. Even to this day, bro, I be battling myself on a lot of shit, but that's because I ain't have that second voice being pops like, yo, I became that voice for myself, so, but I do want to hear your opinion, coming from your background, coming from, the area you're in, let's say, can we say dating coach?
Oh, 100%.
There you go.
Life dating coach. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So from that perspective, what do you say?
Well, for one, I will say there's always a way, and I will live in that space because I believe in God, right? And when you have spiritual backing, and when you know that there's a will and a way for everybody that wants to get off their butt and learn it. I mean, there's ways to find it. So as a man, a father is nothing but an easier path to manhood, because the transferable information from father to son, from grandfather to grandson, is so huge that it gets you to point A to point B a lot faster than those without. Doesn't mean that person will not be able to get there. But what happens is they just take a longer route because
quick,
they don't know. Yeah.
Real quick, man. We got moms in the building. Hey, shouts out to moms, man.
Shout out to mom. Shout out to mom.
Hey, man, yo, she be on all these episodes. Man. Listen, brother, one time, man, I shit you not, my brother. She had called me. She was like, "Hey, Joey, I'm liking the show a lot, but damn, you have to curse so much." I was like, "God damn!" and then, it was one of those episodes. I'm like, moms ain't on this one. I'm good.
Yeah.
Ah, man, she was like, man, I was like, oh shit, moms, moms, I live across the country now, moms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out. That's support, and this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter the age. You know, we do talk about fathers, but there is nothing in the world like a mother's love. So we do understand that, you know, fathers are the most important for a son, but a mom is just as important in her way. And there's a level of balance that needs to happen. And that balance is off, then it's going to be shown no matter what, right?
Right.
So they're both a struggle. You need your mother, you need your father, and that's this way God has created it. So if you're missing or lacking one, then you're going to be lacking some transferable knowledge, information that your father gives and your mother gives. And once that transferable information is not given, your ancestors is not being to pass that information down to your family, then of course you're going to bump your head more often than none. But that doesn't mean just because you fall off your bike, you can't get back on. It's how fast you get back on. See, a lot of it is you got to be in a mental space to want to be better. Self-reflection, taking responsibility as a man is probably the biggest thing you can do as being a man. And so when you're in this world and all you want to do is point fingers at each other, and you can't change what you do not acknowledge. So if you do not acknowledge that you need change, you stay stagnant. And by staying stagnant, you're not going anywhere to be what you can be. You're holding off on what you can be because all you want to do is point fingers at other people and blame them for you not being successful. So those who don't have fathers, if all you want to do is complain about not having a father, then what's going to happen is that you're gonna miss your blessing a lot of the times because you're not going to put yourself in a position to win because all you want to do is stay in that mind frame of a victim instead of somebody creating his own tradition, creating his own family, and being a better father than that person ever was to you.
Man, and that's the thing. And you know, I'm gonna be a little candid on this one, man. You know, I found myself, you know, and it's real dope that you said it. You know, when both of them ain't there, it's gonna be an imbalance. You know, and for me personally, bro, like, you know, I found myself a lot just like, you know, dealing with situations with a more like, what's the word, bro, with like a hotter head. Because,
emotion.
Bro, there you go. You know what I mean? And now like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's still there. You know what I mean? It's shit that
most men without fathers are very emotional men. Because moms lead with emotion. And this is why moms get taken advantage of a lot of the time, especially with strong young boys, because they love first, discipline second. Fathers discipline first, they love second. So at the end of the day, they show their love a lot of times through their discipline. So you have to understand, like, moms is going to, oh, how's my baby gonna check on your feelings and all. See, father's gonna be like, hey, bruh, get up. What are you doing? Why are you? So it's a balance, and that balance is so needed because you need a little bit of both. I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about what I do. That's a form of an emotion, right? I'm also a big protector. So that's also emotion because I'm down to die for what I believe in. I'm down to die for what I stand for. I'm down to die for my family with a drop of a dime. So the thing is that that's the balance that it creates. So when you have a woman leading the charge, a woman's going to make sure everybody's feeling good before we move. We have to make sure our mental health and our feelings are feeling good before we move to the next step. See, men, we're going to go and find out and we're going to fall down not knowing what we're doing, but we learned something. Now we know we can't go that way because we bumped our head. So now let's go this way. Let's just keep going. You know what I mean?
Real quick, big dog. And I do agree because, like I said earlier, you know, I did find myself in many situations, bro, looking at it from that angle. But on the back end of that, though, I did also find myself like withdrawing from moms on the tip where like it was a lot of shit I wasn't speaking on. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know that I knew in my head that the logical was always gonna be the what reigns superior over the emotional. You know what I'm saying? When you got to balance the scale. So something was clicking in me. I don't know what to call it, but you know, like I said, even to this day, it's still situations where I look back and it's like, all right, bro, maybe, but guess what? On those situations, they repeat themselves and I move different. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, you know, I do agree that it is a direct correlation to, you know, not having both parents and being more, you know, hot-headed, being more quote unquote passionate or whatever the fuck. But at the same time, it's because like I said, I'm living it, bro. You know, it's always a different way because now, like I said, bro, I'm waiting for that journey, bro. Because in the way I'm looking at it is, man, I got this little time to rewrite what was written before in my personal history. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, bro, I asked the question, you know, not to take it as a, oh, you know, it's just like, you know, it's questions that you know, you always, I've always had, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this is also,
shit. You know, people would rather, you know, bark at you and you know, catch you on the bag end on the wrong way. And it's like, dog, like, why we can't normalize talking to each other? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, what you just said, it's right here, bro. And when time come around, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna be like, hold up, I could have spazzed, but nah, you know, that it might have been 90-50, bro. Yeah, yes, sir.
And you got to remember too, you've already started your journey of being a better man and a better father because your mindset is already wanting to be that, and you're preparing yourself for that. So when you get there, you won't freeze up, right?
I appreciate that, Mr. 19.
Yeah, straight up.
Man, hey, I might take that little soundbite and save that somewhere, bro. I hope you don't mind, big dog.
Oh, it's all good, man.
You know, so now let's get a little more. So when it came time to kind of like the direction that, you know, you I'm gonna say you're big man now, but I'm gonna say you're little man for context purposes. Sorry, your little man. When it was time for your little man to decide what direction he wanted to go to career wise, I'm not gonna say life because I don't think he knows it. He probably does. Who knows? It's 1930s kid, man. He don't know a thing or two.
Nah, he don't. He's young. He's young.
But when it was time, like, was it a consultation thing? Was it like, because you know, from the outside looking in, I feel like a lot of fathers kind of project. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, you want your little man to be you. It's so better.
Yeah, better version.
Like, you kind of want to see that image.
Better version.
Not necessarily you, but you know what I'm saying, bro. You
know, 100% better version.
To be a connection. Let's say that. So was it a consultation? Was it like, hey, listen, if you take this road, if you take that road, can you let me in a little on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course you had that conversation, but you always keep what's best for your child in the forefront. You don't want to live for your kids. So you know your kid, you know what they want, you know what they want to do in life, or even if they don't know what to do in life, just put them in a position in order to write their story the way they want to write it. I'm a man who believes in standing on my own 2 feet. If everybody's going this way and I want to do this, then I'm gonna do that. That's part of being a man. I want him to be a person in that. So I really talked to him about what he wanted to do and just wanted to let him know that I'm here to help you get to wherever you want to go. Whatever decisions, if you have questions, like, I'm here for you. Because at a certain point, I mean, you're raising your kids, but when they become young adults, then all you're doing is mentoring your kids. You're just parenting your kids, right?
Basically taking a step back. So
you got to take a step back because they can make their own decisions at this point, and it's okay. That's what you want. You know, that's a great feeling to know that they feel good enough to stand on their own 2 feet to make some decisions. Man, so the best thing you do is guide them. You know what I mean?
And all I want to say is, you know, you've definitely alluded a little bit to kind of where he's at in life now. You know, he's in college. That's what's up, man. Like I said, man, hey, shouts out to Mr. 1950, man.
Yeah.
To the boy. And to
the baby Silverback.
The man, the Silverback. Mr. Silverback. So let's transition a little bit, man. I feel like we hit a nerve on that one, bro. Like I said, man, I'll definitely take that sound bite, man. Because like I said, bro, it's I feel like I don't usually have these conversations. You know what I mean? So shit like that.
You should.
Like, hey, man, you gotta have those conversations with people that's on the other end of them. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People ain't ready. So it is what it is on that. But I kind of want to talk about what are some of the businesses you got going? I know you shit, man. You missed a monopoly, brother. Allegedly. Hey.
Yeah. I go. I got I got a couple businesses. I got
a business side, man. How's it doing?
So I own some vending machines. I own several of them, and then I own a security company. And everybody knows that I'm a principal of a school. So I do well for myself, man. But a lot of that has to do with future planning. I don't want nobody controlling my destiny. I always felt like, man, if I ever got fired, how would my family look? You know what I mean? I don't want to depend on nobody making money for me. So I decided that I'm going to start some businesses that I make sure that I can match my income. So if I need to, I could just switch over and be my own, and I can do that now. But why? I make very good money doing both, and I enjoy, you know what I mean?
Man, I didn't know. Whoa, I know you said that. I think yesterday when we spoke, but I didn't know you the principal. Are you the principal?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually the vice principal.
Yo, stop playing, bro.
Vice principal. Yeah. So I know
them kids are straight, man. I know it.
Yeah. All black school. I mean, these kids up here, he's like young grown men, though. You know what I mean? They know who I am. They watch my stuff. They know who I am.
Yo, that's fire, bro. Bro, let's go, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hey, real quick, I see Bernie L got the how about them 40. Hey, Bernie, come on, man.
How about him?
1950, man.
How about him?
Hey, Steve Young won him this one.
Yeah. Was that 94?
95, baby.
95, yeah.
Hey, 95, the year I was born, baby. Let's get it. I don't think I was alive when the Super Bowl happened.
Had to be. It was in that January.
At that point, though, allegedly. In my time, it goes. Anyway, Mr. 1950. So, now, did you? I know you said you have. We hustle and smoke here. So we smoke. As you can see, I've taken the liberty to do so. So, and I remember you mentioning that you have a little bit of a footing in the cannabis industry. And just real quickly, I am absolutely. I'm waiting for my first chance to get out there to Cali. Definitely San Diego. I think I'm gonna hit up first. Then I'm gonna try to do San Fran. I want to get kind of I want to see what the weed, how the cannabis is out there, man. And
see, I don't smoke at all. I've never smoked in my entire life. I just smoke cigars every now and then. But yeah, I got a small. It's a small distribution company, and it definitely, if I wanted to, it can like triple anything I'm making. Like money in that industry right now is it's crazy. Yeah,
man. I'm over here in Oregon. Just if you look at the map, bro, I'm a straight shot up, brother. I'm a field goal, bro. So I'm gonna definitely look forward to as I do put my little foot in. I'm a little 2 years in myself. The deeper I get, maybe we can network something. Because I know
always.
Listen,
I'm open to business, man. As long as it makes sense.
Listen. But so did you find any? Because I know with the cannabis industry over here, bro, getting into it is like you gotta know somebody, you gotta have some bread in your pocket. What obstacles, without no details, we ain't gonna upset no facilities, but what obstacles did you find? Licensing?
Paperwork. It's just paperwork and money. If you got the patience for the paperwork and you got some money, you can win. Like that's the only problem. And black people don't like what? We don't like stacks of paperwork. We don't like to have to research, and we don't like to have to do these things. But that's why I said, man, like this is our market. It's most of our crimes in California, in the country, is for drug-related crimes, most of them marijuana. So this has been our business for a very long time, and there's no reason why we can't have stake and claim in it. We need to come out here and go get it.
Bro. Honestly, and what I want to bring up real quick is, I was digging. I wasn't really digging, but like I said, I'm in the cannabis industry, bro. Sometimes I be at work. I got some free time, So I was reading up on the article a few months ago, and they were saying how, Rick Ross had started, like the real Rick Ross, you know, Rick Ross, the guy that made Snowfall behind. But he started his cannabis operation, and they was getting into the stats of how colored people in the cannabis industry, bro, like it's literally 3%, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it grew a little because we having a lot of social movements, so a lot of people gonna act like they down. But hey, whatever. We may have had a little spike, but last I checked, it was 3%. Any people of color that owned or had a good footing in the cannabis industry.
Mm-hmm.
And in California, because like I said, it was an article on Rick Ross. I think I forgot what the name of his stuff. Hey, shouts out to Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, by the way, man, the real one.
Ricky.
But, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I just remembered reading this article, and like I said, they got into the statistics, and it's like 3%. So that means that, like, we took, man, I don't want to get too political, bro, but we took that pain, man, and then for 3%, I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. Obviously, I'm just speaking because right now, I don't have the luxury of saying I got the financial backing or all these, but I'm gonna have them one day. Hey, as guys,
yeah, but see the biggest problem is you may not have it, but there's a group of y'all that can get it. And so the thing is that you can find some people to work with. Yeah, what it is that black people are afraid of each other, and it's been heavy. it's been disseminated in us for years that we can't trust each other. And this is why I tell you there's a difference between black folks and N-words. Black people work together. N-words refuse to, right? So the thing is that we have to understand as a people and as a group of people, especially the ones who are very good leaders. They need to lead others into doing things. It's just like I'm telling you, like you said, yeah, you don't got the cheese, but you got the will, you got the drive, and I'm sure you can come down with 4 or 5 brothers that can go in. See, people count their pennies and change on what they're going to receive before they start a company. Oh, I can't go in business with 10 people. I ain't gonna make a lot of money. It's too many of us. This business is for everybody. So what I'm saying to you is, stop making reasons on why can't you, and make more reasons on how can we. Life is too short to wait around for somebody to give you something, or that you got to work 10 years to get it. Like, life is too short. Just find a way. Find a way. Get some people, man. Holla at them. Hey, everybody, let's do this. With this license costs, 10 grand. That's 6 months. In 6 months, everybody put in, $150 a month, $150 a week, whatever we got to do. Work an extra job. Everybody work an extra job. All that money goes into the pot. Let's make this happen. I was just watching a show on the Wu-Tang Clan, and Hulu. And see, I learned. See,
I got to get on that second season.
Yeah, so people look at this show and say, "Oh, okay, well, it's just a whole bunch of rappers." So what I see is a whole lot of black men that work together to make greatness, overcoming obstacles, working together. They all had serious background issues, but they found a way to make great. Now,
even if they have to branch off on their own lane too.
What they did, but initially they didn't. They had to work together. And see, this is where I'm saying, like, you have to work with people. And yeah, I remember RZA in the beginning. RZA was in the game before anybody else, and he failed. He was by himself, so he failed. So he came back and said, "You know what? Let me bring my homeboys, and we're gonna work it this way. We're gonna work it that way." He was a little bit more familiar. And look at Wu-Tang. Right. So get a Wu-Tang together, man.
Man, hey, 1950. Man, hey, listen, Mr. 1950, I gotta, man, I gotta, I gotta, I gotta have a person like you I can call at least once a week, man. Cause
It's
man,
all good.
already, I'm like, dog, shit. Hey, man, listen. If something comes of this, bro, believe me, you would have had stock in it, bro, even by just your verbiage, man. But cool, man. So what you had alluded a little bit to the incarceration rate and how it links up to cannabis.
Uh-huh.
Now you had said you're in the distribution end. So is it like directly speaking, like from going from your end to storefront, third party?
Huh.
Can you speak on that at all?
Yeah, so this is what it is too. And I own 45% of the company. So I got a partner. So what it is what they do is from the growers, they need packaging.
Mm-hmm.
That's where distribution comes in. They package it and then they distribute it to into the stores so you guys can receive it. And or they'll have small businesses that are drivers and they'll come to your location, they'll pick it up and they'll ship it in dry places in order to deliver it to the people directly without going to the storefront. So
Real quick, Mr. 1950, we got
yeah.
Phantom Means. He says, I like how Illinois created a lottery to encourage black ownership in the weed market. Yo, bro, I actually know nothing about that. Or sis, I don't know. I'm gonna be appropriate on this one. But I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about that actually. But that's dope. Hey, listen, man. Illinois needs it, man. The whole states needs it, man. Look at where we at, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta say too much, but you just gotta turn on the TV, man. You just don't happen to land on the wrong channel. You're like, God damn, I thought the sports was on. You know what I'm saying? It's real deep, man. But like I said, I just ask, these questions because I like, especially nowadays, bro, since I made and it's odd, bro, because you would think, being because originally I'm born and raised in New York, so you would think being around all the people that's in New York and some of the positions I've been in, some of the rooms I've had the pleasure to be in, you would think so many connections, but bro, I've made so many more connections here, bro. Like, and it's crazy because almost every interaction I'm coming in like, hey, I ain't even from here, dog. People be talking streets and goddamn club this and lounge that. I'll be like, man, listen, I'm from New York. So in the end of the day, like I say that to say that a lot of what I was told before I made my move, bro, was like, man, it was like Stockholm, bro, because it was literally shit that people probably heard on the newscast or might have heard on a blog and was like, no, 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 we ain't going over here. This is the great unknown, so we can't explore it. It's just insane how all of that correlates because I'm here now, and bro, like I said, man, I have some bad days, but I could show you, I could show you my little balcony. I could show you a couple houses and shit. If I, and once again, I ain't flexing. I just say that to say that, it's manifested, bro. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't give no credit to, maybe you've done right and shit is just falling for you.
Yeah.
Instead they quick to, oh nah, let me throw all of this in there and see if I can double it and triple it. And it's like, let's speak a little about the greed, man. And like what is your opinion on like just the greed and like how like ambition, like where does ambition take that turn to greed, bro? That's what I want to know from your opinion.
I mean, for me,
No, of course.
greed is because I can only speak for me. Greed, I will never have because I believe in being righteous, and so I believe in, there's enough for a man, and if you know that you can help others, then you got to put yourself in position to help others. You'll be blessed more for that. I mean, so I've never been a greedy person. I live, I come from the concrete, man. So just
1950, real quick.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop this, bro, because this is another thing that I remember that bro. I was at work, bro, and I died of laughter, bro. I was laughing my ass for like 5 minutes straight, bro. He was saying, man, like, I done bagged some chicks out with the mattress on the floor. I was like, oh man, no way,
Mattress Chronicles.
I was like, man, that shit's familiar, Mr. 1950.
Yeah, I had more honeys on a mattress than a regular bed. Yeah, women don't let you can never let a person fool you. Or nobody can tell me that a woman cannot believe your story. A woman wants to help. Her job is to help. She wants to help you. So even when she sees you down, even when you're at the bottom of your life, this woman comes from you. She was made from you. She is a helper. She's an extension of you. And if she believes that you have the ability to not only be this strong, protective, providing man, but she wants you to be her leader. So she will help you in every aspect as long as your game is tight. And so this is what I'm saying. All this money, status, and all this old stuff that men be talking about, that is never registered to me because I've been a Mac all my life. And like I said, like I've had, dude, like I said, on the floor, bro, like a mattress, bro, a crate, right next to the bed, a crate, homeboy. You know what I mean? Put my drink on, put my cold drink on the crate.
Bro, when you said that 1950, I was like, nah, dog. I was like, bro, I remember them times, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I remember them times, bro. I remember the times it wasn't no mattress, bro. I remember them times, bro. And it's like, man, like bro. Yo, bro, hey, man, I'm going to tell you this, brother. You know, a lot of your takes really be a breath of fresh air, man, because
I appreciate that.
It takes me back, man. It takes me back, bro. You know, and you know, like I said, bro, and I've told you before, you know, I ain't necessarily been in the belly of it, but you know, I done rubbed shoulders with a couple situations or rubbed shoulders with a couple peoples that might have told me or might have made privy to some shit. And I know, bro, like in the end of the day, bro, like no matter what, I don't think I gotta be in the belly of the hood to be hood. You know what I mean? To understand what that means, to understand situations that I know the average person don't necessarily aren't so keen on. You know what I mean? And nowadays it's proven that situations are way more severe than they were before. You know, they used to show us a video of a gentleman, you know, he might have stepped on a dude's sneakers, they might have thrown hands. Now a motherfucker able to pull out a Uzi from his goddamn pocket, man. And it's like, damn, I'm like, yo, you could have stepped on my sneakers some more if you were gonna pull out a fucking Uzi. You understand what I'm just saying?
I dig that. Yeah.
It's like it's such a yearning to like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like, you know, I just don't get it, bro. You know what I
mean? I will tell you too, just to kind of talk about what we were talking about a minute ago. There's a lot of dating coaches, there's a lot of life coaches out there. I think what makes me unique is I'm from the bottom. Like I'm straight from the, like I live that life. So the thing is my philosophy and thoughts are very black and white. Like they're because you have to have a plan to get up. If you've been laying down your whole life, the only way to get up is you got to find a plan, especially if bricks and cars is on top of you. You got to move all this garbage out your way. You know, a lot of poverty, all this is on you, literally. And you got to move this stuff out your way. You got to find a way to do it, and you got to have a plan to do it. So I really pride myself off of being transparent as possible so people can really know who I am. This is not like, if I came to Oregon, you would shake my hand. We will talk, and you will know.
Yeah, you should, bro.
I ain't no different than what you see me. Yeah.
1950, don't put that in the air, bro. Because you know, hey, listen. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Talk.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
man,
just saying
listen,
in general, this is
my word
who
as a
I am
man,
in real
bro, I
life.
buy you a motherfucking steak, you come to Oregon, bro. That's a fact. Whatever you
Yeah,
drink
yeah.
with the
Yeah,
steak.
we
My
trying
word.
to be honest with you, man, me and the homeboys, man, we trying to get together on this tour, man. We're gonna be moving
Oh,
around a little
shit.
bit, man. And
Man, I hope to hear from that on the back end, bro. Hey, unless you want to let the people in on it.
No, not right now. But yeah,
Okay,
we're definitely yeah.
Keep me updated, bro. I'm here. And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, bro, hey man, yo, the West Coast is kind of the motherfucker to me, boy. Man,
Yeah, I like it over here.
dog.
The weather's great.
When I got out here, man, I was man. Look, that's all I'm gonna say, brother. But we got Bernie L tapping in. My man said Mattress Chronicles is 100. Hey man,
Yeah.
50 wrote it, and then we got him saying, let's not forget the inflatable bed in the trunk.
Yeah. Gotta have an automatic inflatable. You know what I mean? Gotta have some action wherever you go. It don't matter where it's at.
Man, so with that
Yeah.
being said, bro, I wanna segue into a field that you're very, very, very well versed in, as I could tell.
Huh?
What do you personally think just is the biggest problem with the state of relations between genders?
Huh?
Now, not speaking on orientation, but like literally from man to woman dynamics, simple dynamics that we once knew to be norms. Because I feel like, I may have grew up on what was taught to me by people that grew up on your time was norms. So, what exactly would you say is the biggest problem with those relations and the norms between those relations? Just immediately.
The lack of leadership from men. A lot of these men are afraid, and a lot of these men, when they come in a woman's life, they don't love themselves enough to not put a woman on a pedestal. Most of these men don't love each other. Not love each other, but they don't love themselves. And so when you don't love yourself, then you cheat on yourself, right? You cheat on all your values and your goals and your morals. You cheat on yourself, and you're a very unhappy man. So I will definitely say that leadership is number one, because men don't understand that leadership is not just telling a woman what to do. Leadership is in charge of yourself. Leadership is in charge of your environment. And
Overseeing.
leadership's in charge of others.
Overseeing.
Overseeing. And so the thing is that women know a good leader. They recognize it. And they also know when the man is not a good leader. Because when he's not a good leader, he may be okay now, but eventually it's going to be chaos. Because leaders not only lead, but they protect the future by making great decisions now. A lot of men don't understand that. A lot of men don't understand that. A lot of men think that it's just, oh, she needs to cook and clean. She should do what I say. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more in understanding what it takes in order to run a family. Kind of got to run it like the mafia.
That's a beautiful, beautiful correlation right there, bro. What I want to ask you now, do you think that when the dynamic shifts to kind of what you've put forth now, that it'll be a smooth transition? Because a lot of what, from my scope of, from where I'm, my dumb little stoner brain, it's very much akin to a cycle where it's nature as well. So it's a cycle, but it's a cycle of nature where if this quality isn't there, this is liable to happen. Just like if that is there, that is liable to not happen. So what would you say on that is what I want to know.
So define your question a little bit more for me, because I didn't really get that.
So would you so give me a second to play it back. My fault on that. So Damn, bro. Can you? Damn, bro. It
Yeah.
happens once every now and then, bro. But damn, what was the last thing I said, big
Yeah.
dog?
No, and that's why I said I didn't really hear that. For one, it was breaking up really bad for me, so I didn't really hear. It was like glitching for a minute. That's why I was
What was the
like, "Can you?"
last thing you heard?
Blah 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 blah. Like
Really?
it was literally that. Yeah, like
Can you hear me now, though? We good
oh,
now?
most definitely. Yeah, we good. But it happened earlier today, earlier in the thing too. But it's good, man. We can go to another question, man. If you didn't remember, it's all good. We can just go to another question.
Yeah, man. All right, we gonna get back to that because it's gonna come to my mind at some point. But so nowadays, man, like, what point of your life are you in personally? Like, if you had to kind of write a chapter, like this, obviously at the end of the book, so I'm gonna say chapter. So if you write this chapter right now, what are some of the things you throwing on there, man? Obviously, no detail, no name, no nothing, but what is some of the things
Yeah,
you throwing on?
I think the chapter in my life right now, I would say, it's probably enjoying life, understanding what life is about. Like I get it and understand it. I get what life is about and I understand it. And life is about memories, and life is about the people you surround yourself. Life is about happiness. Life is about helping others. Life is the feeling when you get when you wake up in the morning and you can look in the mirror and be happy with this person that you have created.
Mm.
Life is really enjoyable, but people make it difficult. Life is really about making yourself the happiest person in the world. Like I posted something on my page and said, you can't make a woman happy. I think too many men worry about making a woman happy. This woman needs to be happy on her own. Two happy people have a happy life together. Now, there's things that you can do to enhance her happiness. You know, you can take her places and do things for her. But ultimately, they need to be happy on their own. So I would say I'm in a chapter right now of enjoying life. My next chapter in my life soon will be vacation, where I'm not doing nothing but having money in the bank, and I'm vacationing where I'm going, want to go, and just living life, man. You know what I mean? I'm close.
Man, and honestly, I asked that because I feel like where I'm personally at now, bro, like the journey is not too far gone, but I'm not at the starting point either. You know what
You're a
I mean?
young man, though. You're a young man.
No doubt, bro. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's to me, I've always valued the elder perspective, bro, because like I said, man, I had I think the very first time we spoke, I had told you that I had, one of the first friends that my personal friends that I lost, he was an OG, man. He was like a 35, 30, maybe 40-year-old man. And like, it was crazy because at the time I was like 18, 19, wet behind the ears, all that. And like, we never really had like specific conversations, but like he'd sit down and break some shit down to me. And I'd be like, man, like, hold up, this shit makes sense on like, even on shit where I'm bouncing shit on him, and he's like, hold up, no, 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 no. You moved the wrong way and this way and that way. And I'm like, oh shit, hold up. So I've always valued that perspective because in the end of the day, it's spoken from, the gentleman in question, God rest his soul. He had got roughed up real bad, like at like 28, 29. He had got a little head injury. And like everything he would tell me was like, bro, like, watch out for the people in your circle, watch out for the pitfall here, pitfall there, watch out for the gang stuff because it ain't all it's cracked out to be. And all the little cliches, but like it'd be like a almost like this, like a table talk. We might have had some weed in the air. We just chopping it up, bro. Got the game on. We smoking bud like it's cigars and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah, so it sounded like he created balance for you
oh
because
man, super, bro.
you was a young man. You was without the father figure, and I think he created balance for you. He taught you an older perspective of what your father should have taught you, right? Or tried or wanted to teach you, right? So the thing is that when you feel that balance, you know that's a natural thing, and that's probably why you was drawn to it. You probably didn't even know it.
Man, and honestly, I didn't, bro, until like, after everything went down, I had much time to reflect on what that was. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I reached out to you, bro, it was like, man, like, bro, you agree to sit down with me, bro. It's love on all fronts. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to me, I feel like we gotta normalize it, man. I feel like it's a culture of like, fuck the OG or nah, man. It's crazy, bro. It's like, man, it's crazy how little one knows. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers be thinking they know everything, bro. Like that shit to me be crazy, bro. Like how the two
Yeah.
just correlate. You know what I'm saying? And in the end of the day, man, it's like, the fact that I get to have a platform where I can open it up to guys like yourself, some of the other entrepreneurs I've had on,
Mm-hmm.
men, women, all that. It's like, bro, like it's so dope, man. And like honestly, bro, like, in the end of the day, like I definitely look forward to continuing the platform the same way. Just reaching out to the people, man, seeing who want to talk. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
been a couple people in here for you, man. Shouts out to everybody in the building, man. Everybody that's been
Mm-hmm.
hitting out front, center, whatever the fuck. Shouts out to everybody, man.
Yeah, of course. I got some peoples, man.
You know what I mean? Hey man, I appreciate you, Mr. 1950. I caught you on a Friday, man. I don't want to cut off too much of your Friday, big dog. I know
No,
you.
it's good, man. Ain't nothing but a cigar and probably on this PlayStation for a minute, man. Probably ride my bike or
Yeah,
something, man. It's
let's talk about
enjoying life, man.
man. I look to do the same, big dog. But
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about the 49ers, man.
Yeah, we
So
can do that.
so man, what we looking at on Sunday, man? How it's looking for you? How do you feel?
We'll probably lose the game, but what I'm looking for is how the young man plays. If he's poised, if he's completing passes, if he's if he's running the offense and he's running it well, we need to go with him for the rest of the year. We need to scratch this year and just say, young man, let's go get it, because I think he's the next man up, and we everything runs through him. So, you can only learn so much sitting on the bench. So,
and what I want to say real quickly is, at first, I do real quickly, big dog. I actually do. I don't think you'll ever catch it because you'll be live at that point, with the panel. But I do a little football show on Sunday mornings, where me, my cousin, and my one of my other guys from out here, we break down the picks and all of that, and just chop it up for a little bit. So the gentleman that be on the panel with me, he was like, man, I got the Cardinals and the 49ers as an upset. I said, what? That's an upset? And then I got to thinking, and then I got to watching. I think it was First Things First. I think it was actually Nick Wright. Shouts out to Nick Wright, man. He's not always right, but every now and then he says some shit. They had said that this is a gentleman that they're going in not having a lot of film on him. And they didn't announce that Jimmy G wasn't going to be the starter. I
they
want
just
to
announced that that Trey Lance is going to start.
just wasn't it yesterday when they announced it?
No, it was like about a couple hours ago.
Okay, there you go. So there you go. So maybe I guess it was rumored at that point.
It was rumored. It was definitely because Jimmy didn't have been in practice in 2 days.
Damn, that's a motherfucker, man. How you see
he hurt?
That's what's wrong with some of these sports shows, man. They forget to mention they just be motherfucking drawing conclusions and shit and making it word is bond and shit, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. Which is why I'm happy I'm sitting down with you, my brother. So with that being said, man, they don't got much film on Trey Lance, so that might be a little advantage. Kyle Shanahan, man, that boy is, man, he a good coach, brother. He's a good coach, man.
Yeah, I don't know how much film you can have on a rookie, but even if you do have,
that's why.
Even if you do have film, when you have athleticism, it doesn't matter because they make plays. So you kind of just got to scheme to contain more than scheme to prevent. You know what I mean?
Oh, bend don't break.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. So real quickly, brother, I was speaking to you a little bit on it. You know, I like Jimmy G, brother. I feel like Jimmy G is like that one. You know, he just has the unfortunate kind of monkey on his back of, you know, I took Brady's job for a little bit. He might have, you know, threw some bad juju my way. You know what I'm saying? But Jimmy G, bro, I feel like he's been performing, bro. He's like 24 and like 6 or some shit like that on the games that he's played. So it's and obviously I'm speaking to 49ers fans, so you gonna feel how you feel, big dog. I know, but let me play devil's advocate a little bit, man. I think Jimmy G is like, you know, man, I feel like they don't like him because, you know, I guess he's a decent looking dude. I don't know what to tell you, bro. They saw him on the video with a porn star. I don't know, bro. Like, and you could tell me why you don't like him, and it's appropriate because you'll probably tell me how, you know, he kind of isn't the best throwing the ball. You know, the Super Bowl. I get it from a fan, okay, but like people be ripping him to shreds, and it's like, dog, like he is better than Andy Dalton or a goddamn
I don't know.
Fucking.
I don't.
Minshew? What?
Yeah, see, I think there's no difference between Alex Smith and Jimmy Garoppolo. So that's why there's no real difference between the two. We need somebody with a stronger arm, athleticism, that's not afraid to push the ball deep and take a sack. Jimmy G is just like Alex Smith. He's going to throw it to the check down. That's called managing the game. When you can throw a receiver open, it's a difference between a quarterback that can throw a receiver open, and then there's a difference between a quarterback that waits for the a receiver to get open. And Jimmy G waits for the receiver to get open, and when they're not open, they throw it to the dump off. But see, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they create pockets and space with their accuracy that then has the receiver be open.
I mean, it don't hurt that, you know, the Rodgers with what's his dude name? Bakhtiari and goddamn other big dudes they got in the front seven, and goddamn Brady with Tristan Wirfs and shit. Ain't nobody. Listen, man, hey, if you got a line, you gonna get it done. But you know, I'm a Vikings fan actually, so I think we gonna see y'all at some point. I don't know what week it is. It might be a late. I think we see y'all after y'all bye week, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a few weeks after. And you know, man, Mr. 1950. I hope I hope I can get in contact with you then, man, because we gotta talk.
Oh yeah,
we gotta talk at that point, man. Because man, I'm liking your team, man. You know, you got Debo out there running amok. You got you know, one dude I feel like I should have held on to. I feel like I didn't give too much of a chance to was Kendrick Bourne, man. Shouts out to Kendrick Bourne, man. We couldn't afford Kendrick Bourne. Oh, well, he was asking for too much?
Yeah, so that's why he got it in New England. We got to worry about contract from Nick Bosa coming up and Debo Samuels. We can't pay Kendrick Bourne that much money.
I mean, he wasn't starting, right?
No, but he was a really good third receiver.
Good, but damn, I don't think he was in a position.
He's starting now. He's like number 2 in New England.
I mean, in a pool of what?
Yeah, but he still got that starter money, so that's what it is at the NFL level. That's all it is. Hey, I'm trying to get this money.
These days, big bro, it feels like everybody getting that bread, man. So you're out on Jimmy G. Y'all trading him this year or next year?
I don't know what they want to do, but I need this youngster to play. So whatever needs to happen.
Well, man, next year y'all have a chance at Mr. A-Rod. If y'all want.
Yeah, nah, we good, man. We got a young buck. We got to roll with him. Got to give him a chance, man.
So you're in on Trey Lance.
You know, at 49 fans, you ain't got no choice.
Well, yeah.
We traded a lot for him, so.
I mean, hey, don't say that either, Mr. 1950, because this dude's that really like look at Giants fans, man. They don't like Daniel Jones, man. And it's crazy because I feel like Daniel Jones is like that one quarterback that everybody just wants to hate, man. Just like Jimmy G, man. I'm like, damn, bro, like it's some decent quarterbacks out this motherfucker that like get no type of love, man. I'm like, man. I mean, look, Sam Darnold had to go to fucking Carolina to get a career.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. I love the NFL talk, bro.
Yeah. Me too.
But hey, man, listen. I feel like I've took up enough of your time, bro. Like I told you before we started the call. The stream rather. I hope there's many opportunities for us to chop it up down the line. If anything, I'll send you my private number. Line is open, bro. If you ever
It's all
need
good.
anywhere the platform can help you, or I can help you, you let me know, bro. And we'll network it. Other than that, is there anything you want to close or anything you want to put out there, anything you want to promote before we sign off?
Nah, just other than, the only love is love for yourself. And when you love others more than you love yourself, then you don't value yourself enough. So just remember that, man. Make sure you put yourself first and everything else will fall in place.
Man, tell them where to find you, Mr. 1950.
Hey, so I'm Mr. 1950, my channel, Mr. 1950 on YouTube, Mr. 1950, actually on Instagram, Mr. 1950.com. I do have a podcast, Raw Uncut Podcast, and I'm also going to come out with a podcast coming really, really soon. It's called I'm That MF. And I'm going to be coming out with that within the next, I don't know, month or so. And I'm open up to politics and stuff like that, man. I'm open up to a little bit more than what I do. But then also I do a show, Raw or Cut. No, it's already up. I've already been doing that for a while.
Wait, the podcast you're talking about?
Yeah. Raw or Cut Podcast. Yep.
Oh man,
yeah.
Man, we got a network, man. Like I said, man. Hopefully, on the back end, you don't become too much of a stranger, brother.
Nah. I ain't that guy. As long as you hit me up, it's all good for me.
Man.
Yeah.
So real quickly, today I've definitely noticed a lot of people came in. Shouts out to the audience. You know what I'm saying? If it was up to me, man, we'd be here 3 hours, man, because there's so much that we could chop it up about Mr. 1950. Once again, it's always an honor, bro.
I appreciate you.
Two people, shouts out to y'all. We're gonna sign off. As you know, I'm Joe. Joey's me. Mr. 1950 here with us. Follow him. Yo, guys, if y'all need help, you know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all is too proud to admit it. I wasn't doing myself. But hey, man, get that help, man, because time is now, man.
Enjoy life.
All these variants and all this other BS that's floating around. Make sure you get yours while it's good, man, because once it's not good, bro, you're going to look like the Walking Dead trying to find some shit that ain't there. So with that, I'll leave y'all. Peace. I'm out.
Peace.
Yo, I'm going to hit on the back end, Mr. 1950.
It's all good, fam.
All right.